Hi everyone and welcome back to a little bit of Warframe. So yes, I finally farmed up Dante, our newest Warframe, and yeah, I leveled him through a little zero Forma build together, so let's quickly go through that, or over that. And yeah, it's pretty simple. Everything you see can be adjusted to the non-prime or non-umbral mod, and you will still have a good time. So let's jump into it. We have corrosive projection as an aura. It's just too good to not use this, right? Keep in mind, he comes with this aura forma, basically, or like the special polarity. It doesn't matter which aura you throw in here, the polarity will change to match your aura. So you can really experiment with this Warframe, and I love that. That's so cool. Right, next up, our first priority is strength. We need strength for our 1. It helps on our 2, it helps on our 3, it helps on our 4. So strength it is. I went for transient fortitude and umbral intensify. As I said, you can switch this out for regular intensify, and you can have a transient fortitude with 2 from the top, right? And you will still have a good time. You can switch stuff up, so don't worry about it too much, right? But that is enough strength for the moment. We have Molt Augmented on. This isn't needed. Keep that in mind. You can't just run without Molt Augmented and have a good time. I have it, so I'll use it. That is my thought process behind that. Arcane Energize obviously helps with energy. And yeah, while leveling, first I had Streamline in. I switched this out for Flow and Energize because I wasn't casting as much. And I was like, okay, that's okay. We are fine with that. So Flow is here to just up our energy max in combination with Arcane Energize. That just gives us that bank of energy that is so good, right? Right. Next up, we have Natural Talent. That is just something that I personally enjoy, like 50% casting speed. Just helps with getting out your casts faster, and this just makes the build feel a little bit better. We throw in primed continuity here to counteract our duration loss from transient fortitude. That boosts us into the positives, which is really good. I mean, the duration on our 4 is quite substantial, and especially if you give your squad overguard, they will love you for this. Right, range is the last thing that I wanted. So we have stretch and augur reach. You don't really need augur reach, and I will quickly mention why it is just because Dante's 4 got changed. I only played with the new version where it is line of sight based, so yeah, we have 52 meters, which is quite nice, but there's rarely a room that you really can take advantage of that. And I used Sanctuary Onslaught to nuke with his 4, but like in ESO, it felt off, right? It wasn't that strong anymore. So yeah, this is the build. Oh, wait, hang on, before I go. The Noctua, his exalted weapon. This is the build I went for. I try to keep this with regular mods as much as I can. So yeah, we have Hornet Strike for damage. This ability gains a huge, like, upfront damage is crazy, so I want to capitalize with Hornet Strike. I went for Barrel Diffusion for more multi-shot, Tripping Bullseye for crit chance, and Target Cracker for crit damage. And then I was just like, okay, I want Pistol Pestilence and Frostbite to give me viral and a little bit of status chance. We reach 55% here, which is very nice, right? And I rounded it off with Heated Charge for some heat damage. Now, there's definitely shenanigans that you can do. Go for Primed Target Cracker if you have it. Go for Primed Heated Charge if you have it, right? That is all stuff that you can do. Yeah. But I wanted to keep this whole thing without any forma, so let's have a quick glance. We have these cool battle groups now that I really enjoy. We have the Orokin battle group, which is what I have activated right now. Let's not do Steel Path. Let's say we are doing like a level 40 Fisher mission, for example, right? You'll see that Dante just casts his 3 like twice, and basically everything's gone, even the very heavy armored unit, and if not, press your 4 and everything dies, right? So there's that. We can pause the AI now, bump it up to Steel Path and level 180, just to give you a contrast. If I cast my 3 in here, oh, Nautilus doing his thing. Does this twice. We have some slash procs going, we press our 4. Yeah. So, that's a thing. Remember, if you go Dark Verse, Light Verse, so your 3 and then your 2, and you press your 4, then you get those things, and they will make the enemies vulnerable, which is really, really cool. We can press our 1 just to try out Noctua, right? So if you go Light and then Dark, press your 4, you get like another Noctua firing with you, and I mean, it's not bad, right? Pretty decent if you're asking me, for absolutely 0 Forma invested, right? Boom, there's the old fire on our 1. Oh, he is in here. There we go. And what I like to do in more difficult missions is like I use Dante as a defensive frame, so I cast my 2 twice, then my 4, and we get a huge boost in like Overguard. We can stack this up. There we go. Like 30,000 Overguard is nothing to scoff at. Yeah, with Natural Talent you're quite quick in casting, so I just use Dante as a survivability frame that runs through a mission that doesn't care too much what's gonna happen. I can deal out slash procs in low level mission and kill stuff with my 3 and have some fun, right? So if you bring him into the Steel Path, make sure you have a good weapon alongside him. The Torrid Incarnate, obviously. The Lex Prime Incarnate, obviously, also good. Just like the usual suspect. But where did I want to bring this build into? Like, yeah, it's sure, I did do Steel Path, and it worked, and I was happy with it. But the main thing I'm doing with this build at the moment, I know there's way better opportunities or way better frames to do this, but let's quickly go to the Sanctum. There we go. Oh yeah, and in terms of duplicate stuff from the Dante farm, as you can see, I got everything. Everything was a duplicate. I got everything twice except the systems. And because I didn't get the system, I made use of Research Dante and just bought the system for 90 of the vessel capillaries, which you will receive throughout the mission that you are playing to drop Dante's stuff. So yeah, definitely need to go and craft up like the rule box at some point. I think we actually do have everything we need right now, although no, we do. That's cool. We could actually craft this one. I haven't... Oh, you need those twice. Ooh, that's... okay, then we don't have everything. But yeah, what I was using this build for at the moment, and let's make sure we are on solo, that's good. I was running solo Netro cells with this, and yeah, let's just run one together, just so you see that everything works. And everything is chill. But as I said, even for those, I just wanted to have a very good primary or secondary or melee, just something that is very good in dealing damage. So we will grab all of the things here. All the debuffs are stacked up. Whoa. So there we go. Hit the terminal to exit into the labs. And let's just prepare a little bit of overguard. And yeah. Leveling Nautilus at the moment, I think I installed Forma number 2, if I do remember correctly, and I'm having a blast, honestly. Nautilus is a very cool sentinel, works really reliably, especially with the bond mods, right? So yeah, it's a good amount of fun. But it takes a little bit to get used to, right? And that's okay. Yeah, I mean, the farm for Dante itself was quite enjoyable, but that is because I do actually like Disruption pretty much, right? I think it is one of the best game modes if you just want to chill out and like still have to think a little bit about what you're doing, because what you can't do in this disruption is armor strip the enemies. At least I don't think so, because I was using the gaff to go through this. Did my waypoint just change, or did I run past it? I could have just run past it though, that is entirely possible. But yeah, so I was just using the gaff because I was like, hey, I want to play a little bit with the gaff until I have Dante unlocked. And I noticed that I didn't armor strip the Necromex, right? But she still was able to dish out enough damage, so it just didn't matter at all. There we go. We have our turret incarnate loaded. There we go. Pretty much almost at our overguard cap. Awesome. And I will just have like 2 light versus cast in preparation, so I just have to press 4 and gain a good amount of overguard. But yeah, the Netro Cells itself, I have done a couple in public groups, and the experience was pretty nice, honestly. It's like everybody that joined was like, hey, let me take 1 debuff so we can spread them out. And it was a very good community experience, which I think is important for a new game mode, right? If you make a game mode that brings people together and they are just having fun and run through stuff together, I always think that's a net positive for the game mode itself, right? So yeah, Metro Cells they are fun, don't get me wrong. And they just like take 10 minutes of your time, which I feel like is totally fair and fine. Like, yeah. So we need to stack up our Merciless a little bit before the Torrid really will do its thing. But I even forgot to switch to like the Corrosive Radiation build, so we have Viral Heat at the moment, which is not the best. Against these enemies, you can still see how absolutely brutal this is. But let's do something. We cast our 3, our 2, and our 4. So now we have swoopiness going on, and we will make enemies more vulnerable, so that will push our damage out of it even more, which is very, very nice, right? So I was thinking to go ahead and use the helmet system to like get rid of his one and just throw Roar on there. Give him a more, just another damage boost. That might be something I will end up doing. I haven't decided yet though. So yeah, we might do that, we might not. Really, for the content that I'm running around in with Dante, I don't need to have Roar on him, to be fair. But it is a possibility, and I just wanted to mention it, because we do have a decent amount of duration, right? And also, we do have a good amount of strength, so Roar would actually be a damage buff that is not to be neglected. Oh crap, I hate when I run the wrong way. There we go. I think we are fine. Yeah, we are fine. We just need to find this thing. There we go. And let's return back. And have a quick glance. We can go, whoa! We go down and through. Same way we entered. There we go. Back over to the room where we need to kill all the enemies. There we go. And honestly, it was so worth going after the Torrid Incarnate, but I have to say, I had to do like 3 or 4 Duviri runs for the Pathos clan and some of the resources. I'm not happy with Duviri, not really. It is like, I don't know what it is, it's just not my cup of tea. And yeah. Oh yeah, also you will get the new mods to drop during Netro Cells, right? Not only here, of course, but this is just such a good opportunity to farm up some of the dual stat mods, the radiation mods. as well as the strength mod for your 4, which we will need to take a look at because I don't remember what it's called. I see the Necromech is kind of difficult to deal with this weapon, but that's okay. It's not that bad. Uh-oh. Don't fall down. Also, Necromechs are a good opportunity to charge up your Incarnon weapons. So yeah, there's that. Even get some red crits from time to time, which is fairly enjoyable. There we go. So yeah, if you bring a frame that just is a absolute murder machine in here, you can push through this defensive part here very quickly, as well as in a squad you will just do this very fast, which is always helpful, right? Because the limiting factor for how many Netrocells, or how fast you can do a Netrocells, is just how long you have until these enemies are dead. That's pretty much how it goes. There we go. Charge. There we go. Awesome. And as you can see, we are so safe. Even with all the debuffs, we have to cast our 2s and our 4 from time to time, but it's not that much, and we can also like intertwine different combinations for our 4, which I think is good, right? If you have the opportunity to intertwine some of the attacks and just make sure that you're always safe, then the build is in a place where I like it to be. There we go, we didn't get into too much trouble there, thankfully. So let's cast our mixed 4 again, make these guys more vulnerable to damage. You can see Rodel is doing his thing. There we go. There. Like another just overguard cast, our 4. And yeah, all I'm monitoring, by the way, is like my overguard. I, from time to time, will take a quick glance at how I stack up my 2 and my 3, just to make sure that I can react if I actually do need to cast something else. You can see we are just like 10,000 overguard, or even more now, so I will just recast. And as you can see, even if you only cost once, it's pretty decent. You get also... I think we lost our damage bonus? No, it's still up for like a good amount of time actually. That's good. But yeah, Dante is a lot of fun, honestly. I think this frame has something that is just inherently enjoyable about playing, right? So yeah, that is basically the Netrocell fun. Open this up now, and just go ahead and collect our reward up on the top, and then we can extract.
And get back to the sanctum.
Awesome. There we go. And honestly, if you're running this in a group and you give your whole squad overguard constantly, like there is no way you will lose any squad member. So yeah, I turned him into kind of a little bit of a support frame as well, right? Which is fine by me, like, yeah, definitely. I don't need him to be this damage dealing powerhouse or anything. It is fun to use him in like Fisher missions and just press 3 and everything falls over. But yeah, this is suitable for me because I do like the playstyle like this. Hey, we got a Tau Forged Azure shard out of it. Nice. That is the first shard this week. Awesome. Except for the one that I got in the Archon Hunt. There we go. So, there is an argument to be made that you can use different mods in here. So, one that I wanted to quickly talk about is the new Intensify mod that we have. There it is, Precision Intensify. You gain 90% strength for your 4th ability, which turns his 4 into more of a nuke potential, right? I still think in the steel path you will not deal enough damage even with this mod on, but it is something to consider and I wanted you to know about it, right? Also, there is the Energy Nexus mods. There we go. Where you can just give yourself 3 energy per second regen, which is quite nice. Couple this with the auras. Like, where is it? I mean, Energy Siphon is the obvious one, but there we go. Dream Response, the new one, where you can get energy regen and health regen. And yeah, you can passively patch up your energy economy early on, so yeah, but I think Energy Siphon gives you more, right? Yeah, 0.6, 0.3, so yeah, depending on how you're good on energy, you go either Energy Siphon if you want to, or Dream Respond if you want to, just to be even more in the support role. There we go, that is it. That is the Dante build that I'm rocking at the moment, and yeah, I really enjoy it. And as I said, for his helmet slot, I would say his one is probably the one thing that has to go. It is a bit sad, but yeah, if you want to just slap on the roar on here, I think that could work very, very nicely. And yeah, even make another build possible with Precision Intensify. And yeah, with the right Archon shards, you can get rid of Natural Talent, free up a mod slot there, and just have a good time. In case you're wondering how or what I'm rocking on the Turret Incarnate, and for the increased damage by 51, projectile speed, I was actually using this one here, increased magazine capacity, to make the charge up even easier. But once I had all the mods leveled and installed, I no longer needed that, so I went from magazine capacity over to the projectile speed. And lastly, I have just flat increased the crit and status chance, and the build that I'm using at the moment is this one here. Just a viral heat build with a good amount of status, a good amount of crit, and anti-munitions and prime shred. Prime shred is helping you with charging the Incarnate mode very, very much. So yeah, just so you can see it. Against the Murmur, you could use something like this. You lose a little bit of status chance, but we are using radiated reload here, so we gain 60% of our damage as radiation damage, coupled just with a corrosive setup. And yeah, that is something that you can use. It does work fairly nicely, but as you saw, I didn't really need it to switch, but it is there if you would like to. Alrighty, that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and as always, take care. Bye.